When we talk about the future of irrigation and what farmers are going through with Sigma, do you see this as a potential solution just by switching to DRI?
The way I see it at this point, it looks like we will be able to maintain the same acreage with the DRI, where if we were in dual line drip, we'd probably have to give up 50% of our ground.
Wow. So you're putting on the same amount of water per hour, but you're doing it for 10 to 12 hours per set instead of 4 hours. So it's about a 66% reduction with DRI.
Correct.
Wow, that's huge. Hello, this is Jeff Chudai with Deep Root Irrigation. We are in a newly planted almond orchard. I'm here with prominent almond grower in Kern County, and we are looking at some trees that have been planted. Actually, they were planted last March. They're ready for the spring here, and they're on deep root irrigation. So the irrigation system actually goes down into the ground. So we're going to ask a few questions. Farmer's name is Dave. Okay, so Dave, what kind of trees are we growing here?
These are almonds, Nonpareil Monterey on hybrid Hansen.
Okay, and how many acres do we have here?
This piece here is 75 acres.
75 acres. Okay, now I noticed that you've got a different kind of tree right across the road here. What do we have?
Yes, that's 75 acres of Independence on Hansen.
Oh, okay, 75 acres of Independence. Now, I noticed that you're using deep root irrigation. How often do you irrigate with your DRI units on these trees? And what is the flow rate that's going into each DRI unit?
Well, during the summer, we would operate normally probably 2 4-hour sets. Well, that was with that's with one emitter.
With one DRI unit?
Correct.
Okay. All right. So now I notice you've got 2 DRI units per tree. Okay. And so you're actually applying 4 gallons per hour per tree. And what are the sets?
Okay, so then this year we're anticipating the sets will be, number one, we're doing both fields at the same time.
Okay.
So we got 1,800 gallons coming in to 150 acres of almonds.
Okay. Can you tell me how that compares to surface irrigation where you got dual line drip?
The dual line drip, the difference would be is we would go probably 2 10 to 12 hour sets.
2 10 to 12 hour sets. Okay, so you're putting on the same amount of water per hour, but you're doing it for 10 to 12 hours per set instead of 4 hours, right?
Well, the difference is we wouldn't do all 150 acres at once.
I see.
So it's actually more water.
Yeah, you got
1,800 gallons on a 12-hour set just for this 75.
And you're doing that twice a week?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's 96 gallons compared to 32 gallons.
Yeah.
All right, so it's about a 66% reduction with DRI.
Correct.
Have you used this on any other type of crop besides almonds?
Well, I have them in olives down in Brawley area. Young orchard like this.
Do you run your nutrients at all through your DRI units?
Correct, yes we do.
You do? Okay.
Normally, in a conventional way with dual line drip, a lot of times people will run it through the dual line drip, but they'll get their materials along the whole berm.
Right, so the
Instead
top of the berm.
Here, we're sending it right to the roots.
I see, so you're saying that the top of the berm kind of gets coated with the nutrients. Right now we're putting it with DRI right down to the root zone. Okay, very good. When we talk about the future of irrigation and what farmers are going through with Sigma, do you see this as a potential solution?
Yes, I do, definitely.
For farmers out there who are looking for solutions, this is something that they can use to stay ahead of state regulations. Now, let me ask you this. We hear a lot about farmers who are going to have to fallow a lot of ground. Are you thinking that they might not be able to fallow as much, or they might be able to keep all their plants alive just by switching to DRI?
The way I see it at this point, it looks like we will be able to maintain the same acreage with the DRI, where if we were in dual line drip, we'd probably have to give up 50% of our ground.
Wow, that's huge. Dave, is there anything that you want to say to people who are, in the farming industry looking for solutions from your experience with DRI that we haven't covered?
Well, it's a tool that really allows you to be exact and more precise when it comes to actual water to the plant, nutrients, and those benefits. I see us getting more bang for our buck and not as much waste. So if I have to put on a particular orchard 100 units of nitrogen, but I'm putting it throughout the whole berm where it's not even getting to the tree, I can see how I could still put the 100 units and get it right to the tree, but I could probably only put 80 units and be just as efficient, if not more.
You're talking about by using DRI, you've got increased efficiency with nutrient delivery.
Because I'm delivering it right to the source.
Right, okay, very good.
And it's precise per tree.
Okay.
It's not where the dual line drip just runs all the way through it. The emitter could be right here, and there might not be one root there ever.
You're exactly right, yeah. If you want to get in touch with someone who can get you DRI units in the Kern County area, we've got Marco John Giorgi on the left, we've got Neil Flume on the right. We'll provide some contact information, and we want to be able to answer questions to any grower who's considering the idea of using DRI. We want to make sure that everybody has success. Do you feel like you've gotten support when you had questions?
Oh, most definitely.
Okay, very
fact,
good.
These are the sales reps that introduced the product to me. They'll come down quite often and take reports, see the system, make sure everything's in properly, and yeah, they basically in Brawley. He's in Brawley all the time for me.
For the olives.
For the olives, and I know that the system's running properly with their guidance.
Very good. All right, well, thank you for your time. Jeff Chudai here signing off now, Deep Root Irrigation.